calling all islanders who miss Turks and Caicos. The port of Grand Turk is going to open very, very soon, and Carnival Cruise Line, who has already made a huge investment at the port at Grand Turk, has announced another investment. That's right, one of the most heavenly places in the world is about to get even more heavenly. Plus, we're going to look at a report from Bank of America that shares some news on cruises and prices of cruises for the rest of this year into 2022 and 2023. And lastly, today, we can all dream, right? That's what it's all about in the islands. It's dreaming. Wait till you hear about this new cruise company based here in the United States that is about to go on sale a 3.5 year cruise. That's right. Let's talk about all the cruise news right here on Island Time. A big happy Tuesday. Hello to all you islanders. We are right here on Island Time. This is your host, Derek, and I'm so happy to be right here in the islands talking about cruise news and cruising in general. Last night, I had to stay up late. I did. We're going on the Carnival Breeze October the 21st. And it was 16 days before I'm platinum. I had to stay up late, 11 o'clock Central Time. I was able to check into that cruise, and I've made a separate video today that shows you maybe my biggest trick, maybe my biggest hint that I have right here on Island Time. I've shared it live. Now I've recorded it. I don't guarantee very much. I do guarantee this. If you follow this tip or trick that I will share with you, you will be in the first group of passengers to board. And not only will you be in that first group, 10:30 to 11 o'clock time slot, you'll probably be in the first zone, Zone A, O1, the coveted zone. I'll put a link to that video right here. It's a separate video. I didn't want to put it in the cruise news video, so I made a separate video for it. It's right here. Watch it, and you will be among the first to board if you follow this simple, easy trick. Okay, enough of that. Into the cruise news. There's a lot going on, as always. There's news today from Turks and Caicos, and oh my gosh, it is great news. Does anyone else miss Grand Turk besides me? I love Grand Turk. It's one of those ports you pull up and the ship is so close to shore. You make the short walk. A lot of times we go to Margaritaville, we chill in the pool. There's the surf simulator over here that you can watch all day. There's a pool bar. It's awesome. It really is. You can literally, if you've been there, you know, you can go swim with your cruise ship. That's how close your cruise ship is. And today, Grand Turk and Turks and Caicos and Carnival announced this news. Turks and Caicos is set for a heavy investment from Carnival Corporation and Carnival Cruise Line. The investment itself, total, is $73 million in this investment. Not all 73 is from Carnival Cruise Line, but more than $73 million in investments have been planned and confirmed, according to the government of Turks and Caicos, including a multi-million-dollar investment from Carnival Corporation. Now, how much is Carnival going to give in this effort? They've already given $50 million. $50 million, because you have to remember that Turks and Caicos features only one cruise port. It's Grand Turk. If you've been to Turks and Caicos via cruise ship, you've been to this one port of Grand Turk. We all know it and love it. When it was first constructed and opened by Carnival, Grand Turk, the port there at Grand Turk, Carnival gave in this effort $50 million. That was years ago. But now Carnival Corporation is investing an additional $25 million. That was the announcement today from the government of Grand Turk. This $25 million in the area is going to serve for all sorts of new entertainment and easier vacationing for all of us. The Premier Washington Misick said this: I have listened to your cries, and he's speaking to his local people who have been without cruise ships now since March of 2020. There's still not cruise ships there yet. They are scheduled to return. We're looking at December. We thought it was going to be 2022. It may be December. If it's not December, it will be 2022. The premier here speaking to his people, he said, "I have listened to your cries. I'm happy to announce that we have had our last meeting with Carnival on Tuesday, and we are finalizing a development agreement with Carnival Corporation. We expect to sign this within the next few days, which will facilitate a $25 million investment in the port and their return to cruise ships." Premier Misick said, "We are confident that cruise ships filled with visitors will be back in time for the high season 2021 and 2022. The reason why I say December is December marks the start of that high season. A couple of things to remember here. Carnival, of course, going to give $25 million for the enhancement of the port there, but it's Carnival Corporation. So Carnival Cruise Line, of course, is part of Carnival Corporation, but Carnival Corporation is that parent family. So there could be, of course, other cruise ships that cruise to Turks and Caicos, but Carnival Cruise Line, who all of you Islanders know we love and support, is part of that family. So it's great news, and just you know, a little bit of extra sauce right here in the islands. I looked up, you know, how much money was injected into the local economy of Turks and Caicos, because it's a very heavy resort area, beautiful resorts. And I found that $86.5 million in cruise tourism expenditures were spent in Turks and Caicos during 2017 and 2018. Those are the latest figures that I could find. Over $86 million. So the investment from Carnival, the investment from the local government is well worth it. They're going to see returns on that investment, of course. But we're so excited for this news at already an awesome port. It's going to be even more awesome in the years ahead, thanks to the local government and thanks to Carnival Corporation. If you've been to Grand Turk, you know what I mean. If you haven't, book a cruise that stops there. You will not be disappointed, I promise that. Here we go, next story. Cruise line pricing weekends for 2022. We've heard a lot of news of 2022. Bookings are strong. Bookings are strong. And they are strong in late 2022. They are really strong and well ahead of what we usually see for 2023. But Bank of America came out with some data this morning that I wanted to share with you. And it's good news for cruisers like you and me, because we're cruising, right? You and I are cruising. We've been on cruises. We have cruises booked this month. We're going in December. We're going several times in 2022, but Bank of America says that cruise line pricing has slightly lagged over other travel sectors the last month, 30 days, such as airlines and hotels, which have seen prices stabilize lately, and it's because of the Delta variant. There was a climb, of course, in July and August. We've seen a little regression here on a capacity-weighted basis, month over month, so a 30-day rolling average here. Prices for cruises in 2022 are down 4.5% for Carnival, 9.2% for Royal Caribbean, and 3.1% for Norwegian Cruise Line, in a deceleration prior to the last 30 days. So cruise line prices for 2022 have gone down the last 30 days. Does that mean they will stay down? They will remain where they're at? No, the same report will be ran next month, and who's not to say that those prices will, of course, go back up. What does that mean for you or I? It means that if you're looking at a cruise in 2022, it's probably a pretty good time to book that cruise, especially if there's a low deposit. If the price is right, the price may not go lower, okay? It could, but you know how things work. If you invest in the stock market and you look at numbers for a living, they do this, right? And it's always the goal to get into something, whether it's a vacation, whether it's your airfare, whether it's a stock. You get in at the valley, because it's probably going to go back up. So I wanted to share that news with you, and I'll read this here. This is from Bank of America pricing check, the quote that they had. Looking at cruise itineraries by quarter, the recent pricing weakness has been focused on 2022 sailings, with 2023 pricing staying relatively flat across the industry versus prices seen over the summer. We believe this makes sense, as the pandemic uncertainty likely impacts near-term decision-making but does not have much of an impact on customers' 2023 travel behavior. This aligns with Carnival Cruise Line's latest earnings call commentary, where it reported seeing strong demand / good prices after opening 2023 bookings early, and it makes sense. We're looking at 2023. Those prices aren't affected. We're booking cruises. 2022 could be impacted. If you want to cruise, book now. Prices are good. Lastly, today, I had to share this with you. My goodness, we can all dream. Look at this. Storylines is a new cruise line. It's a U.S. market cruise line. You're going to see it. It's for the luxury, those who can afford the luxury cruise line. It's not a huge cruise ships. They're small ships. But Storylines is currently building a 741-foot long, 450-member crew, a good-sized crew, 55,000 gross ton ship called MV Narrative. The MV Narrative and Storyline in general, they are going to be in the business of basically retirement living, or you living on a cruise ship for a long amount of time. Here's what they have planned for the MV Narrative. You are going to travel around the world. We've heard these cruises, 70, 80, 120-day cruises. Now you're going to travel around the world, circumnavigating the globe over a period of 3.5 years. 3.5 years. The ship will spend 3 to 5 days in major ports, which will allow passengers plenty of time to explore ports and cultures and beautiful scenery at each local destination before you hop to your next destination, where you stay 3 to 5 days. Now, how much does it cost to get on the ship? I always look at the bottom dollar. What's the lowest it would cost me to get on this ship? You can get 237 square feet of goodness for $350,000. That is the bottom. Next up, a condo cabin, 337 square feet for $500,000, and you get outdoor space there. And then you have the upscale homes at sea. It starts at 909 square feet to 1,417 square feet for $2.4 million. Now, I know a lot of us can't afford this, okay? We cannot afford it. I can't afford it. I'm never going to go on it. I already know. But that's not the fun in it, and that's not the dreamy part. Part of what we do right here at Island Time is we spend time in the islands and we dream. Sometimes we play the what if game. If you could travel for 3.5 years, would you do it on a cruise ship? That's my question today. It's what I want you to answer today. Put yourself in this position of the money's there, it's paid for. Could you, in your current state, the next year, maybe 2 years, could you say, oh yeah, I can hop on that cruise for 3.5 years? Now you don't have to stay. I'll share some more details here in just a minute. But could you do that? Amanda and I could not do it right now. We have 2 boys, 2 young kids that are in school. We could not spend 3.5 years on a cruise ship. But could you? Tell me, Islanders, in the comment section below if you could do that. It'd be interesting to see who can and who can't, honestly. Here's what's included, okay? It includes all meals, wine, beer, select spirits, gratuities paid for, your Wi-Fi is paid for, laundry, all of it, washed, folded, delivered back to you, onboard activities, entertainment, visits to your onboard physician is paid for, yoga and fitness classes paid for, and you get a full gym. There's also a movie theater, a 10,000 plus book library, a microbrewery, a garden that you can pick and grow fresh vegetables, herbs, greens, and other food. There will be a spa and a fitness center, a juice bar, a salon. At the aft of the ship, there will be a marina area with kayaks, scuba gear, and sailboats, literally. Could you do it? How long could you do it for is my question. Now, if you were to buy one of these are the condo cabins can be resold. You can stay on board for a period of time, and you can sell it to someone else, and you hop off and they hop on, and they can be rented out even for shorter amounts of time for income. It could be an investment. That's maybe what it needs to be. All of us can buy one together. We'll take turns going on board. How about that? We can all dream. There's nothing wrong with it. Islanders, I hope you have a great Tuesday. I hope the rest of your week goes well. And you know that we'll be right here as news breaks and unfolds. We will share it with you as we do. We thank you so much for being here, for supporting us, and subscribing. And speaking of which, if you have not subscribed yet, please take the 2 seconds and click that subscribe button, ring the bell so that when we put out new content, you are notified. We will see everyone right here tomorrow on Island Time.